Hi, this is Pastor Bill White from St. Peter's Lutheran Church here in Lexington, South Carolina, and we have now resumed our public worship services, 8:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. We prepared this brief video to give you an idea of the precautions we are taking to protect all of us from the COVID-19 pandemic. When you first arrive for worship, one of the ushers will greet you and check your temperature.
Good morning, how are you?
Great. Actually, I'm blessed by God and redeemed by Christ.
And you're good to go.
Thank you. Next, we have provided a hand sanitizer, so please be sure and sanitize your hands when you first come into the building. Also, if you do not have a face mask, one will be provided for you. We ask that everyone please wear a face mask when they come in and exit the building. Also, if you happen to use the restroom, and if you choose to sing during the worship service, please leave your mask on for singing. We don't require that you leave the face mask on for the whole worship service as long as you're maintaining the social distancing of at least 6 feet.
Here you are, Pastor.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
Come on in. As you can see here, we're not going to pass the offering plate. There is an offering plate available here in the narthex, so you may leave an offering if you choose while entering or exiting the building.
As you walk in, you'll see that we have every other pew marked off with painter's tape, so you'll find yourself a seat. A bulletin will be already placed in the pew for you.
The building will have been thoroughly cleaned on Saturday, and so when you come on Sunday morning for the early service, everything will be clean, and you should feel free and safe to use the bulletins and the books and the Bibles in the pew racks.
Or you can bring your own Bible from home.
Great idea. So please feel free to select a pew of your own choosing, but please maintain at least 6 feet between the various family groups. Thank you so much. Now we'll go down and show what we're going to do for the 11 o'clock service. For the time being, we are celebrating our 11 o'clock worship service here in our Parish Life Center. This is so we don't have to sterilize the building, the worship space, in between the services. We'll have a fresh start in a new space. So the books, the bulletins, the surroundings will be safe here for the 11 o'clock worshipers. Just as the early service, when you first come, and you may enter the PLC through this front door at the drop-off area, or you may utilize the back parking lot and come in through the back doors by the new meeting room. At each door, you will be greeted and have your temperature taken.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're good to go.
Great. And again, if you don't have a face mask, one will be provided for you. But because many of us have them now, please be sure and bring yours from home if you're more comfortable with that one. And please wear it while entering and leaving the building. I need a face mask.
I'll get one for you.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Here you are.
Great, thank you. So we want to move from receiving our face mask and sterilize our hands again. There are hand sanitizing stations by each of our entrances. Again, there will be an offering plate at each door, which you may utilize should you choose while entering or exiting the worship service.
As you enter the PLC, you'll find our chairs are spaced out and in groups of 2s and 3s and 4s, so you can sit with your family but also apart from other families. And you'll also notice that we have our hymnals and bulletins on each seat for you. The bulletins and the hymnals placed here on these seats were not used in the earlier service.
Our worship. worship space for the PLC.
During the worship service, Pastor Cassie and I will not be wearing face masks because it inhibits our being able to project our voices and people being able to hear. But we will be way more than 6 feet away from everyone, so that would be more than safe. Also, just a reminder, during the worship service, we will not share the peace in our traditional way of shaking hands with each other or even having any kind of touching. So when it's time for the peace, we'll simply say, "The peace of the Lord be with you," and you may say, "and also with you," and we can greet one another at a distance and pray for God's peace for one another in the context of our worship. Also, for the children's message, the floor of the PLC in the front and the floor in the worship space, we're going to mark it off with some painter's tape. So if the children would like to come forward, they may, but we will make sure that the person giving the children's message is more than 6 feet away from the markings on the floor. That way it'll be more personal for them, and they can maybe feel more a part of the worship as they get to walk forward and sit down and be greeted as we normally do. I believe that's everything we wanted to share with you in this brief video. Again, if you choose to sing during the worship service, we do ask that you leave your face masks on, and I think if we all do that and maintain the social distancing, remembering all of these precautions we're taking, it should be a wonderful and safe worship experience for us all. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and God bless.